Hey, what up, yo? You already know what time it is, baby. Conversation with the stars hosted by yours truly, Uncle Black, aka the money will violate the money and never the main man. So, Fanda, I got my big brother, Raphael Loopro, all the way from Germany. Oh, my brother, my brother. Can't wait for this one. It's going to be very interesting news wise. We're going to learn a whole lot of things. Hey, big bro.
Goedenavond.
What is it?
Goedenavond. Alles goed?
Yeah. Everything is good. It's all good. How are you?
I'm doing good as well. I'm doing good, thank you. Doing great. Oh, you were astonished by a little bit, a klein beetje Afrikaans.
I don't know Africans that deep. Mine is not that deep.
Well, you know that I'm from the Netherlands and Tilly, so we speak Dutch, So therefore,
Oh, full Dutch.
full
Cause me,
Dutch.
I'm in South Africa. I know this other Africans. It's kind of African light.
Yeah.
You had a good day.
I I had a good day so far. It's a cold day in Germany, but the sun is in your heart. That's how it is.
I like the positivity. Okay, so like let's not waste any time. Let's talk about you. Not I don't I want to know about the music, but I want to focus on you, the man behind the music. Raphael Loopro,
Yes.
growing up, what kind of child were you?
Well, I was quite an energetic child. Um, I used to dance already when I was like 7 years old. Me and my sister would when we were on birthdays, they would always have like a DJ there back then already, and me and her, we would start dancing to Michael Jackson and stuff like that. We were very energetic kids. We grew up on Curacao in the Caribbean, so it was an amazing childhood. We always had sunshine. We always had the beach. We went to the beach a lot as kids. So we were very privileged. We didn't. It wasn't like that. We were
Struggle.
rich or something like that. But we were lucky that our parents decided to go back to my dad's original country, so that we could grow up there. And yeah, we had an amazing childhood. So I have to sadly say it wasn't very difficult or something. It was more difficult in my mind, you could
Ah, as a child. So like,
say.
do you still have both your parents now?
I have my mom. My father died about 6 years ago due to cancer, but my mom is still alive and kicking. She also lives on Curacao and enjoys her time in the sun there. Sometimes she shows me some pictures. She'll be like, "I'm in the sun. You're in the cold."
So like, your father's passing, how did that affect you?
Um, you know, it was a difficult relationship between me and my dad when I was younger. Uh, my dad used to. It was kind of abusive, you could say. So on the one hand, he was an amazing father because he showed us art and he was always at home. He worked from home, so we were lucky in that sense. But in the other sense, we also had this difficulty that he had. His struggle between family life and being an artist was really difficult for him, I think, and therefore we got a lot of agony from that. You know, um, my dad really kicked the living shit out of me sometimes. but
Ish.
uh, but um, coming to terms with all that after a few years, you start realizing that there's a lot of positive things also that he gave you. So it's balancing out sort of slowly, you could say.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So like, your mom, like, well, when this happened, would you tell your mom that like my dad is beating the shit out of me, or would you keep it a secret?
My mom was there.
Oh man.
Yeah. So my sister has a lot of hi. My sister has a lot of problems with this still because she was like, yeah, you were there, you didn't do anything. you know. But my mom comes from an even tougher time where, you know, she came from after the World War II. That's was when she was born, and the times back then were just, they were really tough. You know, people lived in times where they sometimes only had potatoes in Europe to eat. You know, so it
Yeah.
was really tough times. So for her to feel, you know, that kind of like agony that we felt was difficult. And that's what my sister and my mom still have a lot of issues with that. I don't, because I kind of understand this, but yeah, so that's how it is.
I understand. So like I want to understand here, like you've never dreamt about like being in corporate world. You've always thought about music.
Well, yes, I.
Oh my God. Oh my God. Look at this network. Network. Damn, damn, damn. This network is going crazy. Maybe I should kick my brother out and then bring him back again, right? Yeah, that's a good idea. Let me get him back on so that we can get it going now. But yeah, he's coming on. He's coming on, my brother Raphael Loopro. Oh, you good now?
Yeah, I'm back. Sorry about
Can you hear me?
that. Yes, I hear you. Yeah, I hear you. Everything's good.
Okay,
So
so
you were talking
yeah.
about corporate life. Well, I actually spent some times working in corporate life. I was in support for the company Hewlett Packard, and that was a long time ago. I mean, I'm talking a long time ago, and I just did it because um, I was in between two studies. I was trying to see if I wanted to go to another study another thing, and then I found out that I got this amazing job, which really, you know, paid me a lot of money for that time. And I decided to stay with it and didn't go back to studying. But in that time, I was already working on music, actually doing it, you know, just in my free time. And
Uh,
it influenced me so much at a certain point that I wanted to try to just do more with music. I didn't decide that I was going to work in music, you know, but I wanted to do more with music, and that's when I, at a certain point, quit my job and started a boy band. So, see.
so wait, tell me in the music, when is your first time in studio?
The first time in the studio,
Yeah.
that was probably, I think, that was probably when I did one of my own songs, and I went to a studio where my uncle used to record like a long, long time ago. Uh, and my uncle actually had a #1 hit back in the day in the Netherlands with a band, and I did
Ooh.
a recording in that studio of a song of mine. And back then it was just, my singing wasn't very good. You know, guitar playing was the thing that I was into. I was playing a lot of, you know, very heavy electrical guitar stuff. Steve Vai, Joe Satriani, really like.
So wait, you say
Let me do
your
it
voice
again.
was
Let
okay?
me just
Continue.
do that again for a second. You see, nowadays, all these kids on Instagram, you know, they're all focusing on being the absolute best, like doing the weirdest things, playing these, like even if they have three fingers doing all that, go, "Rah!" And then I'm thinking like, hey guys, you gotta focus on your live show. If you're gonna do a live show, that's what you can't go like 15 seconds of. You gotta
You
make the people.
shading.
You
You
gotta make the
shading
people
me.
dance. You know, you gotta make the people dance.
It's all about making the people dance.
Yeah. Anyway,
You're
so
killing me.
so
So
that's how it.
you saying your singing wasn't good. So how did you improve it?
You know, I improved it by doing a lot of live shows, doing a lot of live singing. I had, as I said, I started out with a boy band, and I came from the metal world, so I was playing very heavy guitar music, and then I came to the boy band, which was something totally different. But the good thing about it was that we were training harmonies, singing these ha 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 stuff together, Backstreet Boy kind of stuff, NSYNC kind of stuff, and that's amazing for your vocals, to train harmony and sing with other people because you got to listen and you got to sing at the same time. And then most of my singing improved during my shows here in Germany, mostly, and starting to do my work as a loop artist, as a loop pro. Because just because of the routine you play every single week, you hear that your vocal at certain points it just doesn't sound right, So the next time you sing it, you just try to sing it better, and you just keep going, keep going, keep going, and at a certain point you start to notice things that'll help you, that'll make your singing better. And yeah, that's how that goes.
It kind of sounds like a miracle, but yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, I can't sing to save my life, but imagine me trying to.
Yeah, you never know. You're going to die now. You better sing. Oh, you can sing.
Okay, so part time, like out of the way, do you drink?
No, I don't drink alcohol.
You don't smoke?
I don't smoke. I've never smoked. I've never drank any alcohol.
Never, 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 never.
Never. No, it just never interested me. I when you're young, some people come up to you, it's like, you got to take a sip of this, you got to try it. So I would maybe somebody would give me something and I would try it, and my friend Mike is in here. He's making jokes. Cocaine, yeah, no, I never took cocaine either, bro. Anyway, so people will come to you, hey, drink some beer. They'll come to you like, oh, try some rakia, rakia, and I from Germany, and I would say, let me try it. I took a taste, and then no, I don't like it. So I never started. I just never started with it. Didn't interest me.
That's a real discipline, bro. Like, yo. I mean, like you've been to a lot of parties, I believe, like as a young kid, and still you don't drink, you don't even smoke.
No,
You smoke hardly.
No, nothing. I would always watch others drink and go crazy, and I would be the craziest one in the end. And they'll be like, "How can you do that?" I said, "Can you understand now why I don't drink? If I would drink, y'all would run for your lives."
You would bend the whole house down.
No.
So, like, when you look back at like when you started, not even considering being a singer, to now be having like the greatest songs in the country, like being played out of the country and having connections around like Africa, out of Germany, and like, how do you feel when you look back and now you see where you're at now?
Well, I'm not there where when I want to be yet, but that's I think there's a lot of artists. Actually, my friend Mike, who's in here, is one of the guys who's an amazing artist as well, and we are in a generation now where if you don't have friends around you helping you like to build your what do you call your name, it's really, really tough, because it used to be that it was like a lottery. If you had a record deal, you could make it, that was like, if you got the lottery ticket of a record deal, you'd be like, okay, I'm gonna make it for sure.
Yeah.
Nowadays everybody thinks like, I can do everything myself, but the problem is doing everything yourself makes it even tougher. You need to make the videos yourself, you need to make the music yourself, you need to do the photos, you need to do the promo, you need to do everything, and that and that is a really, really tough thing. And so that that's where I'm saying, I mean, I'm older than most of my audience, way older actually, but I still feel like I have a long way to go, because I'm not there where I want to be, because I grew up in a time where the record companies started to go down, and you got the MP3, right, and everything, and so everything was lost. And then we get the time period of YouTube, which started to grow, and now you get TikTok and all this stuff. So I'm in the middle of a flux. I'm like, what am I going to do, and I had to adapt. We had to adapt in my generation. We had to adapt, and some of us made it. Some of us are still trying to struggle. But what's amazing about the time now is that I'm talking to somebody who lives in South Africa. Imagine 20 years ago, I would have to travel by plane to go to South
Yeah.
Africa.
Yeah.
Then you must have heard me on some cassette somewhere. You know, write me a letter. You know, you'd write me a letter, normal letter through the mail. You would send them a mail, and the letter would arrive like 6 weeks later. You know, I would read it, and it's like, hey, bro, I want to do an interview with you. Okay, I'll write back. Then 6 weeks after that, you receive the letter in South Africa. And you'll be like, okay, bro, let's work. And then finally, 1 year later, maybe I arrive in South Africa, like, and do the interview. So this is the amazing thing about this time now. You can find, I mean, I don't understand how we can still be in times of war when we can connect with everybody on the planet, and everybody has the same problems. Everybody on the whole planet needs to go take a shit when something is, you know, burning. I gotta go to the toilet now. It's not different anywhere else, you know. So this is a time that is absolutely amazing, and that's what I wanted to say. That's where I feel like I'm happy to be at this place, you know, that I'm at this place where I came from not knowing a lot of people because I was very shy when I was younger, to a place where I started to get to know a huge amount of people and a huge amount of friends all over the planet. I have friends in Malawi. I've got a new friend in South Africa. I have friends in Serbia, in Bosnia, Montenegro. I have, oh, my sound is a little bit low. Okay, I'll speak louder. I have friends, you know, in Nigeria, in America, and Curacao, everywhere on the planet. And this is an achievement, because it's an achievement of the heart, you know. And yeah, that's it.
And all those friends come like from social media.
From social media, most of my friends from social media.
Yeah, like, it is a great
Mike is messing me up. He's still in here. Mike is messing me up.
Relax, Mike. We need to move on.
No.
So,
yeah. So what did you say? Sorry, last question.
Okay, no, let's move on to the next. So, bro, like, it's crazy. You singing. You can speak 7 languages, right?
I speak 8, sort of. Yeah.
Name them.
English, Dutch, Spanish, Italian, French, Papiamento, which is a language from my country. Which one did I forget? Italian, and a little bit of Serbian, Bosnian, Croatian. They're actually kind of the same language, but yeah. I got a lot of, most of the people that you see coming in here, they are actually from that region, from the Balkan. So say hello to all my friends from the Balkan. Ciao, zdravo, prijatelji, kako si mi?
How do you learn all these languages? Do you dedicate some time and just try to learn, or how? Do you moving? Wow.
Well, first of all, the most of the languages I learned when I was young, because when I grew up, you know, on Curacao, you automatically speak Dutch. You speak Spanish because there's Spanish TV, and when we were younger, we also started zdravo, and we also started speaking English because we saw American television. Now, Dutch was logical because my parents were speaking Dutch, so I was already speaking four languages, you know, when I was very, very young, and therefore the rest of them kind of came along with like French. I found out that I could speak it. Because I was good in Spanish. Italian, I just loved the language. Serbian, Bosnian, Croatian, that's what I learned basically from just singing the songs. I've been singing them for 5 years and talking to people from that region and just learning, you know. And yeah, music is just, language is, you know, music is the international language, but language is such a beautiful and important thing. If you're able to speak different languages and interact with many people all over the world, that's most amazing thing, you know.
Music is very beautiful. Like sometimes it doesn't even have to have words. You don't even have to sing a thing. The instruments can tell you something very deep, very crazy. They can take you somewhere you've
Yeah,
never been. Music
yeah.
is
And you know what's the funny thing is, like, the biggest hits on this planet, they aren't, you know, English songs anymore. It used to be like only American and songs from England would be like the
yeah,
world songs.
yeah,
But
yeah.
now you
Fact.
have people like Burna Boy, you know, breaking the habit, like Jerusalema from South Africa, of course, huge world
Yeah.
hit. You used to have Waka Waka from Shakira, who was
Yeah.
Colombian, you know, also Colombian Juanes with La
Shakira
Camisa
is
Negra.
Colombian.
Yeah.
Oh, I always thought he's Spanish. I don't know why.
Shakira's from Colombia, and you know, Despacito, which is like Puerto Rican, and also I think Luis Fonsi is Colombian. I'm not sure. Yeah, so you know, music is Open Gangnam Style.
So,
Open Gangnam Style. Wait, let's make a little bit of a show in here. Wait, let me get this thing on here.
okay.
Yeah, here we go. Okay, enough.
What does that mean?
I have no idea. I have no idea, bro. What it means.
What the hell?
Wait, let me do something for my Balkan people, because you know they're gonna be very happy, and you might be happy too. I just need to see if it isn't here. Give me 1 minute. I'll be right back.
Alright, cool. Alright, this bro's crazy, man. You got me dying out here, man. Like, and thank y'all, man, for coming through. Like, y'all really participating and interacting very well. I appreciate it. You, Mike, you better behave there. You see you getting out of line? You see you getting out of line, Mike? You're gonna get a whooping. I'm having fun here with my brother Loopro. Raphael Loopro. Yes. The king of the guitar. This nigga, yeah. Bro. My lord. He's insane with this thing, man. Y'all better check out his page and check out his videos. You can see that he's crazy. Right? I'm not just saying this because he's on the show. Like, he's for real. He's crazy about it. I'm not playing around.
Okay, one second.
Magician right here. The boss of something. What's going on?
So we got a lot of people from.
Y'all agree, right? Y'all know he's great, right?
Here we go. Okay, listen. Okay.
Well, he's the king of it. Now he's about to prove it. I can't see the guitar. Yeah.
Wait. Well, anyway, so just very quickly for my people from the Balkan, let's see here. Ty moje zlato, ty moje zlato, ty moje zlato, ty moje zlato. Ljubi me ona, ljubi me, ne bukaj slova. Ljubi me ona, ljubi me, ne bukaj slova. Tak mi kolonaj, nije ramen beni oterim çapladıya. Arsı patladıya. Üspün beni gördük varmış, emekiniz yardı. Yeni yerden dostlarıma buldu. Seni Beni gidip ne kira, yılanı değdin ne çıkara, yadırayım büşkünü bana, o mu yakalarsam.
Ay,
Ah,
ay, 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 ay.
Jerusalema, ikayalami, kilonnoloze, buhambenami, sungajiruilana, Jerusalema, ikayalami, kilonnoloze, buhambenami, sungajiruilana. Oh, Lebanon, I'm not perfect now. Came from ruthless times as a juvenile. Ilonoloze, Sungagishimilana.
Damn, bro. Damn, that's crazy, bro. That's crazy. Hey, man. Hey, man, what did you just do?
I can play the drums also, look.
Whoa, whoa.
I can do like all the Instagram kids that can play like 15,000 notes a second. No, it's just fun.
Bro, you're so talented, bro.
You can take anything and just make music from it. You see this? Okay, enough. I'm just making fun now.
Tell me, like, what is your favorite thing about you being a musician?
Making a fool of myself. What's your favorite thing about being a musician? To make myself look like an idiot.
Bro, you're sick. You know, like, I thought you were uptight, bro. Like, but yeah, it's the opposite of what I thought.
You know that some Germans we might have to be careful. They might be kind of uptight, but
yeah,
not all of them, you know.
I'm happy to have met the opposite.
Yeah.
Yeah.
No.
So like, oh, bro, you didn't really answer my question.
Yes.
What is it that you love the most about you having the ability to make music?
It's more of a feeling, I can say. It's more of a feeling. There are moments when you're on stage, or when you write a song on the guitar or something, and you sit there and you get goosebumps from the thing that you are creating out of nothing. You know, it's just like me. I'll get goosebumps myself, like, whoa, what's going on? And this is the most beautiful thing. And the same thing happens sometimes when you're playing live. When I'm playing live, there's certain shows where things are just like, whew, they're going crazy. It's not always like that, you know. You don't have not every show is the best show there is, but there's like moments. There's moments where you're like in such a, for me, it's almost like a trance. I'm almost like in a, you know, and I feel this like energy that this is going the way it's supposed to go, and people are dancing, and you're like dancing, and it's all, everybody's together, you know, flowing on that. And yeah, that's actually one of those things that I love most about making music, you know.
All right, that's a very profound answer, bro. Okay, so the song Cubana.
Yes.
First of all, please tell me what it means, so that you can tell me how it came about. Because, like, you know, like, it kind of reminds me of Despacito in a way. Like, it's kind of crazy. So I just like doing that.
Esa cubana me da la gana para bailar con ella hasta la mañana.
What does it
Well,
mean? What does it mean?
well, you know, to this day, I don't know all the words, what they actually mean, because the song was partly written by another artist, and
Oh.
she sent it to me and asked me if I wanted to be with her on the project, and then I decided to change a few of the words and add some stuff in Spanish, because the Spanish that was in the song wasn't really correct. So I did a little bit more. I also did the bridge on it and everything, and I produced the song. Um, but basically, it's just like a simple love song. You know, that Cuban girl, I want to dance with her. She makes me crazy. You know, it's like about a Cuban girl, you could say, somebody from Cuba. So
Ah.
yeah, and those Cuban girls do make you crazy, man. They make you crazy. You gotta be careful. Huh? You gotta be careful. The Cubans,
You
man.
ever did the Cuban girl?
Once.
I can tell. It didn't go so well, no.
No, no, no. I just haven't had the opportunity. Cuba as a country, not a lot of people get to go out of Cuba. You know, Cuba is very poor. It used to be very, uh, a lot of communism, so it was really difficult for people to find a way out of that country. You'll meet people from the Dominican Republic or Puerto Rico or something like that way sooner than you would meet somebody from Cuba. So yeah, that's how that is.
Are
You
you
know.
are you in a relationship now?
Whoa, the questions you're asking. You know who's this is look, you see?
Ah, nice escape.
You know, she's it's a difficult because the hole is very like, but we
Oh my God. You're crazy, bro. Oh my God. Hey, she's.
but the best thing is she never talks back unless I play her.
Ooh.
That was a good one.
Oh.
That was a good one. That was like
10 times
she never
bars.
she never talks back unless I play her.
Hmm. Ah, that is it, bro. That's certified. Yes.
Oh, I'm gonna have some very bad comments now, and I gotta be careful. Ladies, I'm sorry. Don't, no offense. I was just making a joke
So,
about my guitar.
let me let you go. So, like, what do you love the most, producing or being an artist?
It depends. When I write a song, and I sit at home writing a song, and in the end, the song is finished. It could be just on the guitar. It can also be a whole production. This is one of the most amazing feelings, just to hear what you produced, and it's like, whoa, I did that. And I think all artists have that feeling. I think all artists do it because of that feeling. And then the next step is to get it out to the world if you want to. I mean, you don't have to get it out to the world, but you know. And then the other part is just playing live, at certain shows, because the way I play live is with a loop station, so it's already something special. It's something that not a lot of people do, even though there are some huge artists now using loop stations on the planet, like Marc Rebillet or Tash Sultana. Ed Sheeran is one of the guys using a loop station. Um, the way I do it is with more stuff. I use drums and bass guitar and all kinds of things, and it's very energetic. My show it's very quick, very energetic. Doesn't take a long time to do the loops. Um, but that's one of those moments when you do a song and it just everything just fits. And because with my style of making music live, it's always in the moment. It's not. We don't practice. I don't practice the songs before I go on stage. I just go on stage and play them and see what happens. and that's very, very satisfying because you can have a song come from nothing, and you'll be like, "Whoa, this is amazing."
Yeah, yeah.
Yeah. So yeah.
There's a question down here. Does your guitar have a name?
No, it doesn't. It's just it's Gitty. Hey, Gitty. See? No, because we start talking about it, she starts talking back. Huh? Hey, 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 hey. Relax,
You create
relax.
you create okay, bro. Like I want to ask about like Mama Africa. How does this one
Yeah.
come about?
Well, let me ask you this question first. How did you hear
Zulu
about the
song.
song? How did you hear about the song?
I went and checked it out.
Ah, Mama Africa. Oh, Mama Africa. You know, when I was younger, growing up in the Caribbean, there was not a lot of. I didn't really want to go and see some parts of the world. They didn't interest me much. Still to this day, because the Caribbean is a beautiful place. So when you come from there, to go somewhere else and be interested in other things, sometimes it's difficult. A lot of people in Europe, they want to go to Bali, they want to go to Indonesia, they want to go to Thailand and everything. It doesn't, it doesn't pull me. But
Wow,
for a lot of people,
wow,
it does. The same,
wow.
yeah, the same thing is with Africa. I mean, you always saw Africa on TV, and of course, you always see the same things: a cheetah following an animal, and elephants and stuff. You didn't see a lot about the African culture or the African people. We believe in Europe, and still to this day, a lot of people in Europe believe, oh, when you come to Africa, there's only dirt roads. You're not going to be driving on a normal road and everything. Now with the music coming from Burna Boy, Nigeria, what's his name, from Tanzania, the guys, or Sauti Soul from Kenya, the music starts to spread around the world, in Bosso and who are all called. And so the view on Africa starts changing. And when I went to Africa, I was kind of afraid, because I didn't know what to expect. I didn't know, well, how's it going to be like in Malawi, one of the most poor countries in the world, I didn't expect what's going to happen. I don't know what's going to happen. Well, when I was there, it was just such an amazing, the people are so friendly, so open, so nice, that for me, it was just an amazing feeling. And then when I went back and I was on the plane, I had this idea in my head, and I was thinking, Africa, so far as we know it, is where all life originates on the planet. As far as we know. I mean, it could change one day. Maybe they are always discovering new things. But as far as we know, life was, came from Africa. So that came to mind, Mama Africa. That was my idea, Mama Africa. She is the mother of the world. And then I wanted to have artists from different places on the planet join me on the song, to have this feeling that we are all from one place, but we're all, singing about Mama Africa. And my friend from Curacao, Ruben Anthony, joined me on the song. Then, of course, Nomzi from South Africa joined me on the song. From Sierra Leone, Mike joined me on the song. And then, of course, this beautiful young girl from Malawi, she also joined us on the song. She was 9 years old when she was doing the song, so that was really amazing. And I'm really proud of that song. I actually want to do a remake of it to, give it extra life again, because I think it's an amazing song. Jeezy,
How did you get a hold of these people and like explain to them what kind of product you want?
Well, that was pretty lucky, because I was in Malawi for a concert there, and I met all of them at the concert, except for Ruben. Ruben I knew from as a kid already. So, but most of the other artists I met at the festival, and I also later on I met from Tetema. Oh, Mama Tetema. Tetema. Oh, Mama Tetema. Diamond Platinums. I met Diamond Platinums at the festival. I met Jerusalem, what's his name again? Huh? Sorry?
Nomcebo,
From Jerusalem, the song.
Master KG.
Master KG, yeah. I met Master KG also at the festival, you know. And so I met some amazing people. I met the guys from what's it called now? From Nigeria. I met some huge artists. Yeah, so that was amazing. That's how I, you know, connected with all these people. And yeah, we did a wonderful song. We did that song, Mama Africa, and then we did Chica Africana with my friend from Zambia, DJ Cosmo, Tegrin from Malawi, and yeah, so those are great things.
Why do you like working with other people?
Why do I like it? Everybody has a different way of approaching music, approaching lyrics, approaching life. Everybody has a different path they come to, and those paths come together. And you know, it's like with colors. A rainbow is only beautiful when it's a rainbow. When the colors are separate, they're beautiful too, but the rainbow comes together, you know, and you see all these different colors together, going from one color to end up in that scheme. And that's just an amazing thing. And I think that's the same thing with people. When people start working together, you know, you get one person like this working together with another person like that, and all these influences come together, and it can become even better than when you do it alone.
Let's play a little game now, okay?
Okay.
What's the weirdest thing that's ever happened to you on stage?
The weirdest thing that's ever happened to me on stage. I'd probably say it wasn't that weird, but it was very annoying. I used to have a setup where my microphone would stand on a boom stand. Yeah, it would stand just a normal microphone stand like everybody has. But I always have all this equipment in front of me, you know, where I play with. And people, they tend to dance in front of you, you know, they're dancing. And one time, this this person was so drunk that they fell into my equipment, hitting the microphone into my mouth like this. And the person fell down, and all the equipment was, you know.
Yes,
So,
yes.
But I'll tell you a very a weird moment that happened to me. But that was when I was still dancing. I was still dancing. I wasn't only making music. I was also dancing. And back then, I did a routine with a group, and we were dancing for the McDonald's company, right? And so a bunch of girls in the audience, they grabbed my pants, you know, and started pulling me into the audience, trying to pull my pants off. I landed in the audience. Like 4 girls pulled me into the audience. Bam! And tried to take off my pants, you know. And I was like, what the fuck is going on here? And then, like, one of these a bouncer came along, a really big bouncer came along. He grabbed me in one go and just threw me back on stage. The guy was huge. He was like, you know, I'm pretty tall. I'm 186 centimeters. The guy was like here, and he was here. He was huge. He just grabbed me. Whoop, whoop, back on stage. So that was one of the craziest things I have ever experienced in my life. It's like really.
Hey, a big man being grabbed by a bigger man.
Yes. That was pretty hilarious. Elvira.
It killed me, bro. Okay, like the craziest childhood story. One thing you did at home that you that they never found out, but you know this is the craziest thing. Oh man! Let's get back real quick. Wow, what a crazy story.
Here I am again. Liebe Grüße zurück nach Montenegro. So, sorry, you were saying? What?
Can you hear me?
Yes.
Yeah, okay, like there's this secret, there's this thing you did as a kid that you never told nobody? Like there's this weird secret that you did as a kid that you never told your parents, you never told nobody. Please reveal it today.
I'm trying to think of a secret.
Can I give you a time frame, maybe?
Yeah, sure.
Yeah, let's say until maybe until grade. Should I say grade 11? Until 11th grade. Just actually until the year before college.
The year before college. Okay.
Yeah.
Well, it's a very it actually became a pretty big thing because in the end my parents did find out, but before they didn't. I had this neighbor. This is really. I had this neighbor, a lady. She was like maybe 30 something. So beautiful. She was so beautiful. It's like, woo! You know, you're like 17, 18, your hormones are going crazy, you know. Like,
Okay. Woo.
you know. And then I went into her garden because in the Netherlands, the gardens you can just get into any one of them. You know, you don't have to. It's like you can just walk in and nothing happens. And it was like dark.
Okay.
She was walking around with just nothing on and and like a flannel thing, you know. And I was 17. I was like,
damn. And she saw you.
no, at first she didn't, but at a certain point, I think she did somehow. I don't know.
So you never spoke about it.
No, of course not. You know, this is things when you're young, you do things, you know, a lot of crazy. I mean, that's still it's still like, you know, it's still, what do you call it? Innocent. I mean, there's things that are way worse. Like a lot of the people nowadays, they experiment with drugs and with alcohol and all kinds of stuff. Yeah, they do really crazy things. But, you know, I never felt the need to go to the extreme because I was already happy, you know, with life as it is. I don't need a lot of these crazy extremes where you use stuff that manipulates your mind, you know, to start seeing different things. Because you can manipulate your mind with your mind itself. You don't need stuff from the outside to make your mind go places that you never were. You can just do it in here. So I never felt the need to go and experiment, you know, do weird ass kind of things. I just like normal kid stuff, you know. I once threw bricks at a you know, at a window and stuff like that. You know, we all did some kind of stupid thing and made fire somewhere, you know, and stuff like that. But
So like,
I don't make fire
let's talk
anymore.
about let's talk about now when you're an adult. Let's say not necessarily now, but after, like maybe during college and after that. What's the closest you've got to being arrested?
To arrested?
Mm.
Never.
You never got close to being arrested?
No, I don't. You know, I never did anything like. I have my moments where I get really like angry at stuff, but I always know where the boundary is. You know, I'd never go and hurt another human being just by just because of to hurt them. You know, it's not my style. I tend to make people think that it's gonna happen because they'll see me a little like be threatened. You know, like, I'm going to get you. But in the end,
Damn.
I never did. You know, there are moments where you get to a point where you're like, I would love to just kick their ass, you know, kick their ass. But you gotta be smart. It's the same thing like with you know, I used to love metal music, and in the metal scene, there's always people doing pogo, which is like in the group of people, they're doing this like jumping and all around stuff like that. And I never did that because I said, hey, if I do that and my hand breaks, I can't play guitar anymore, you know. So it'd be stupid to do that stuff. So that's why I was always I was kind of smart. I did some crazy things, but I was still always smart, thinking like,
Yeah.
I shouldn't be doing that shit because if I do that shit, something
I'm
might
gonna be
happen.
involved.
You know,
Yeah.
and sometimes I did, you know, sometimes things did happen, like hand was, I hit a wall once, and then you see this stuff here, and it's like,
Oh,
and you gotta think about it, because hey, you gotta play guitar, you gotta sing, gotta be careful,
why
so
did you hit
always,
your wall?
I was just angry about something, I think, and it's like against the wall, but never against a person, I would rather hit a wall than hit a person, because you don't know what's gonna happen. you go you go
No.
you hit somebody, the next time, first of all, your hand hurts. The next thing is you get police problems. Hey, you gotta always stay away from shit. You always gotta stay away from problems, because the most beautiful thing in life is to smile and to be happy. That's the most beautiful thing. There's nothing that comes close to that shit in any form of aggression, or any kind of, it just doesn't exist. That's why also stuff like love and everything, became to be, because humans have aggression as a protection mechanism, for when they're in danger. That's their protection mechanism. But it's not something that makes you happy. It's not something that gives you this whoa adrenaline and stuff like that, like sports do, like music does, like laughter does. Laughter is a very interesting thing, because laughing is something that is proven scientifically to make you have the ability to grow older.
Yeah.
Because it's something that it feels so good, so it must be healthy, and yes, it is. And that's
Wow.
why a smile a day takes the aching and pain away.
Alright, yeah. So, like, basically, you've never been in a fight.
I've been in a fight twice or something, but not, nothing terribly brutal or something. Never anything that people ended up in hospital or something like that. No,
Yeah, you just lost quickly.
no. I actually just gave one punch and then I left. So bye bye.
And they just let you go.
Bye bye.
Nah, they just let
No,
you go like that.
they didn't just let me go. They were on the floor. What are they gonna do? Gonna get up and follow me? No, come on.
Alright, alright, cool. Let's play a 3 seconds game, right? As I name a word, I say a word, you say the first thing that comes to your mind within 3 seconds. Okay? Let's start.
Yes.
Africa.
Mama.
Okay. Life.
Fulfillment.
Music.
The best thing.
Soccer.
World Cup.
Guitar.
Strings.
Collaboration.
MC something.
Ah, nah.
Sorry. I was like MC, I don't know.
Alright, so like Big or Pac,
What? Sorry?
BIG or Tupac.
B.I.G. or Tupac? I would say Tupac.
Do you listen to them? No.
No, I listened to a few songs. Yeah. But
You listen to Burna Boy.
to Burna Boy?
You listen to Burna Boy, not Tupac.
Yes, of course. Burna Boy, of course. Burna Boy.
Are you ever gonna make a picture with one of those big African cats?
Woo! That would be the most amazing things. I mean, I'm not big enough to, but I tell young artists that that's a natural order. If you want to go up to that bigger level, you need to take it step by step. You need to start with people that are at your level. You need to make a great song. You need to work very, very hard for that song to get a few listens here and there. Then you need to step it up and go for the next one. And that's just a stepping process. It's really hard. It's really strenuous, and people like Burna Boy, people that are on top, that high. There are not a lot of people in the world like Justin Bieber, for instance, who was discovered as a kid. Most of the huge, big artists, they have worked for a long time. You know, they started at 12, you know, they maybe got their first break when they were 19, which is 7 years already. Now look at Burna Boy. I imagine he's late 20s, begin 30s. I don't know. You know, the guy probably started with music when he was like 10, 11, 12. So to get to that point, you have to be lucky to be with the right collaboration, the right people. Like he has his mom as his manager. I mean, come on, you know, that's amazing. So a lot of stones have to also fall in the right places, and you have to see the opportunity I need to take, and that's a and that's a difficult thing to do, you know. So I hope, man, for sure. I hope. I did a collaboration with one of the biggest artists from Malawi already, so let's see what happens.
Yeah, in time. Okay, let's move on. Chris Brown or Usher?
Chris Brown or Usher?
Yes.
For me, Usher, because I know more of his music.
Lucas Capaldi or Ed Sheeran?
Ed Sheeran.
You listen to Lucas though?
I listen to a few songs, but Ed Sheeran is more for me because of the Loop Station, and you know, so we share that commonality.
Oh, okay. I understand. Cristiano Ronaldo or Messi?
There are probably some people going to hate me for this, but I would say Messi, just because
Why?
a harder worker than Cristiano.
Huh?
Yeah.
Who says that?
Cristiano is Cristiano off the court. I think he works more, but on the floor, I think Messi is the more all-round player, the more, you know, able to see more of the game and do more on the playing field. And Ronaldo could be the better like front player, you know, hitting the goals and everything. I don't really know because I don't watch a lot of soccer. But my feeling, what I get from the few games that I did see, is that Messi is the more of the harder worker in the field as it is, and Ronaldo is more on the front, and you know, the killer, you could say. When he gets the ball, he kills, you know. And Messi builds up to the kill. He doesn't always kill it, you know. So there's a difference also between those two players. You can't really compare them, you know, 1-to-1, I think.
All right. Yeah. Well said. Well said. So like we done with that. What are you working on currently? What can the people expect from you from now going forward?
Well, you know, in 2022, I released 5 singles so far. I'm going to release one more, so I'll have 6 singles this year. I want to do the same thing for 2023, but I want to go even further, and I want to do some crazy collaborations. The biggest problem with music is that stuff takes a long time, you know, for a song to finish and to work with different people, and I want that to go faster. I'm going to focus more on the music, not so much on videos, because there's a lot of people, you know, focusing a lot on videos, but I want to I want to focus more on making music together with some great people. There was one guy in here just now, Chris Now. I want to do a collab with Chris Now when he's watching. I want to do a collab with Mike MC, which you saw before here as well.
Yeah.
And of course, I want to do a collaboration with some South African artists. So if you know somebody, if you have connections, you let me know, and we can do something.
Yeah, I do know some kind of great artists. So that you want to put them on an album, not an EP or.
No, I'll release singles mostly, and maybe an EP here or there. Yeah.
That's what I want to ask. Like, when is the a full album coming?
Oh, there's probably not going to come a full album, unless there's a real demand for it, because albums nowadays are a very tough thing. You know, you work a lot on the songs. You work on 12 songs, 13 songs, and the reception of albums is not as it used to be. So you have to be very careful. It's also nowadays, it's not just about, you know, making music, it's also about strategy. How do you strategize? What is the best idea? What's the best thing you can do, you know, to get as much out of it as well? And it's sad that it's like that, because back then you would have an idea of, I want to make this concept and I'm going to build it into an album. And now it's more like, oh, I got a great idea here, let's make a song. I got a great idea here, let's make a song, you know.
Yeah.
So yeah, that's a tough thing. Tough. Yeah.
All right, cool. So like out of music, what else are you gonna do?
Well, I'm always interested in comedy. I want to, you know, I'm kind of like a comedian, and I love, you know, acting. So I really want to somehow, you know, find a way to do a little bit more of that. But for the most, it's gonna be music. That's you know, it's just my life, and that's how it is. So
Yeah,
yeah,
like it's been in the family.
exactly.
So
Yeah.
like, man, before I let you go, like there's a young kid out there trying to be a guitarist. Like you play all these instruments, like you're
Mm,
the guru,
mm.
but there's this kid like he doesn't really have access to the piano, but he's really, really interested in playing, and like funds are not meeting up. What can you say to that kid?
You know, music starts in the heart. Music starts in the mind. It doesn't start on an instrument. An instrument is just a way to get it out there, just like your voice. Your voice is just a way to, that what you feel inside, to get it out there, and to use like a guitar, or to use drums, or to use any kind of thing, is what transports that sound in your mind towards other people. Um, you can do that with a computer. You can do it with your voice. You can do it with your hands. So what I always suggest, if you don't have access to that which you wanted to have access to, just try to do it with something that you do have access to. Like, even if you just have, you know, there's a lot of artists in America on the streets. They have pots and pans, and they started to play on pots and pans, you know, playing drums on pots and pans. Maybe take some like glasses and use those glasses to make different sounds, you know. So just starting with ideas that form in your mind, like a melody that you have, and find a way to produce that melody on things that you can find around the house, for instance, you know. Or the best thing which you have is your voice. It can be used as a drum, you know, or it can be used to sing. So you can already start, you know, with that, and then go from there, you know. And that's most important thing. And never lose hope, because you don't have access to something. I say you always have a choice. Even when there's a gun pointed at your head, your choice might not be to stay alive, but your choice is still, what are you going to think about? Are you going to close your eyes? Are you going to open your mouth? Are you going to think about something positive? You always have a choice. And that's what I would say to somebody that's young, starting in music.
Oof. Thank you, my brother.
You're welcome. You're welcome.
I want you to close the show in style. You know what I want you to do? I want you to tell us how the song Dumelang came about, and then
What's up?
close the
What's
show.
up?
Dumelang, Dumelang,
Du- uh,
Dumelang,
Duma,
Dumelang.
Dumalana.
Yes,
You mean?
yes,
Dumalana. Dumalana
yes.
is a song. It's a song by the amazing artist V Mampizi from Botswana. And
Oh,
V,
V.
yes, yeah. And V, I met V also at the Malawi Music Festival, and I loved this song so much that I had to make a version of my own. And
Yeah.
it went viral in Botswana. It was really crazy. It was really, really cool. And he loved it so much also. We are good friends now. So that's how that came to be. Yeah. Dumalana.
Anywhere coming with him?
Sorry?
Anywhere coming with him?
I would love to. He's just very, very busy, you know. So we will see. We will see. I'll keep pushing.
I'd love to see that, like especially when you do it in a different language. I'd love to see that.
Yeah. Yeah, man.
All right, man.
Sure.
Thank you for coming through. I really appreciate it.
Thank you so much. Thank you so much. And hopefully we'll stay in contact, and we'll see what
Yeah,
the future brings us.
yeah,
Thanks so
yeah,
much,
yeah.
man.
God bless.
You have an amazing day, and I'll see you soon.